Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, where we're continuing on in the third case of the game, the inherited turnabout. And I think, I don't know if Past Me bothered to remove it, but I think last episode, which I recorded a few minutes ago, I think I was confused, like I was saying, and the dead body did not turn up in the fountain before. I think the only thing that happened was the whole melting sherbet. But the dead body turned up in the future, or the present. So I just don't know why I thought for some reason it happened here in the past. I don't know. Maybe I'm really like getting confused. Oh, but anyway, here we go. We just finished investigating in this area and the devil himself has appeared. Oh, this conversation is most interesting. No. No. We don't want to see you. An evil man. However, I cannot allow you to speak with Mr. Gustavia. Von Karma. I have already conducted my interrogation of him. It is not necessary for him to speak any further, especially to a mere defense attorney. But I will answer your questions in that fool's place. Bruh, why am I gonna talk to you? No, you are not the actual person, okay? You cannot answer for him. That's not how this works. It seems Von Karma intends to prevent me from meeting Gustavia in person. I understand. In that case, I have but one thing to ask you. Yes? I would like to know the relationship between Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. Shall I ship it? Is it shippable? That's all Binks ever cares about. I'm sorry, I'm horrible. Ignore me. Their connection. Gustavia and Dover's relationship. It's obvious the only relationship they had was that they happened to participate in the same contest. Oh. That was the shortest testimony! Oh my god! I don't remember. I need to know. Was that the shortest testimony we've ever seen in any of these games? Because that would be really funny if it was. Maybe they have one shorter than that that's just like yes or no and that's it. That's it. There is nothing more to say. What? How are we supposed to understand anything from so little? If we want Von Karma to divulge the truth, we have no choice but to present evidence. It's all too obvious that he's hiding something. So is pressing even gonna, like, do anything? I kind of want to press just to see. It's probably gonna piss him off. Are you sure Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover aren't linked in some way? Huh. Do not interrupt me with your baseless allegations. If we were in court right now, I'd have you held in contempt. Ha! But we're not in court! I don't think Von Karma has that kind of authority, though. Von Karma is famous for having even the judges wrapped around his finger. What? That's insane! Why do the frickin' prosecutors always have the power? When will an ace attorney, defense attorney have the power, huh? Huh? Seems like it won't be easy to go against him in court. Prosecutor Von Karma, please continue your argument. It may have been a coincidence that you participated in the same contest. However, you can't say for sure that they weren't connected. Defense attorney, how many times must I tell you? If you have no evidence to challenge my argument, be silent. I'll be silent for now, then. So I need to show evidence of a link between Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. Your mouth may be silent, but your eyes tell me everything. What is it you want to say? Does he want me to speak or be silent? It would seem Von Karma does not want us to know Gustavia and Dover's real connection. Maybe the connection between those two puts the prosecution at a disadvantage? Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover should have something in common. I should enlighten Von Karma on this fact. Alright. Alright, Alright, let's try this. The fact that they looked pretty much the same. Objection. Prosecutor Von Karma, I'd like you to look at these desserts. The desserts were made for the contest semi-finals. Don't you think these two have a particularly impressive design? Huh! Just what are you getting at? These two desserts were made by Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. I wouldn't exactly call Mr. Gustavia's design skills praiseworthy. And yet for the semi-finals he was able to produce something comparable to Mr. Dover's. Furthermore, these two desserts have the exact same flavor. What are you trying to say? I'm saying it's possible they collaborated with each other on their entries. Prosecutor Von Karma, please take a closer look at the desserts. At first glance, they may look completely different. But even though the designs are different, it's clear they were made from the same materials. I mean, the fact that they included roses, both of them, just like the same colors. I mean, come on. Is that so? The same flavor and composition. It's impossible to dismiss the similarity as coincidence. The very existence of these two desserts points to a link between Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. Huh. Since you already know this much, I'll tell you the truth. Ah, okay. He's admitting it already. Did Von Karma know about the collaboration? However, what I am about to say is not going to help your case at all. Uh-oh. He's a little too happy right there. Their real connection. Yes, you can ship it because they are in fact lovers. If you want to know about Gustavia and Dover's connection so badly, I'll tell you. Last night, when I interrogated Gustavia, he told me about his connection with Dover. Until the day before the finals, they worked on their desserts together. Another short one. You knew about the cooperation all this time, didn't you? Why would you conceal the truth? I would appreciate it if you didn't sully my reputation. Until I explain my points in court, I avoid giving away unnecessary details. I was merely saving you time. How can he act like this and keep the truth from us? His concealment of the truth is something I simply cannot ignore. Get him! Alright. Last night, he told me about his connection with Dover. Last night? That was after Mr. Dover's sculptures had melted, right? Yes, afterwards, I went to interrogate Gustavia personally. Interrogated by Von Karma? Ugh, sounds scary. Knowing Mr. Gustavia, I feel like he probably tried to meditate through the interrogation. the moment he closed his eyes. I snapped my fingers like so, to show him that no one remains silent in front of me unless I tell them to. And did that have any effect? Because of that, I was able to get a perfect confession about his connection with Dover. Okay, they worked on their desserts together. Why do you think Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover collaborated? Why? Because Gustavia had poor design sense and Dover was a novice at baking. Without the help of each other, they would never have made it through a single round. If so, what was their mutual goal? Why cooperate until the finals? The finals will be fought on our own merits, Gustavia said, and he ended their collaboration. Gustavia's goal was to obtain the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. It seems his pride as a pastry chef won out in the end. Victory in the finals would certainly have been hollow had he cheated. So he believes that the cooperation only went as far as the semi-finals. But what if it really continued through the finals? Prosecutor Van Karma, could you explain the cooperation in a little more detail? Very well. Okay, and he was a novice at baking. What else did we have to say? Recipe... semi-final. Is there anything else here? Just picture. Okay. Concerning your statement about Mr. Gustavia's designs, I've no objections to that. I have no objections either. He's got no sense of style. When I saw him attempting to fashion my likeness with candy. Just thinking about it disgusts me.
No, he was capturing your true form. That's why. You didn't like it. It was showing how ugly you are inside.
I actually liked his candy crafting though.
You just like the thought of it being candy.
A novice pastry chef and one with no sense of design. It's only natural such pathetic specimens would associate with each other. The cooperation lasted only until... They cooperated the day before, but not the day itself. That seems highly unnatural, don't you think? What I am saying is only the truth. How unnatural it is matters not. But weren't you unnaturally concealing that very same truth just a minute ago? There must have been a reason he hid this fact from us. Mr. Master said Mr. Dover was the favorite to win at the finals. Which means he must have still been cooperating with Mr. Gustavia at the time, right? Yes, that is what I believe. I must have evidence that proves that they still cooperated during the finals.
Are we just gonna say that his stuff still tasted good? Cause I think she said his sherbet was delicious, but the liar part was salty? Is that what we're going with? Because I don't think we have anything else pertaining to the finals. You know what I mean?
So I'm kind of thinking it might be that. But I'm not like 100% sure. Yeah, okay. That's the only thing that makes sense in my brain.
You say that Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover did not collaborate during the finals. That's strange. Delicia testified that Dover's sherbet was most delicious. Being a novice chef, I doubt he could have done all that by himself. Perhaps the two of them cooperated during the finals as well. Defense attorney, how many times do I have to tell you? Delicia Scone's subjective opinion cannot be admitted as evidence. There is still a chance that a novice chef could make something tasty. My wife is an amateur, yet her cooking rivals that of world-class chefs.
That's just your opinion. I can't believe someone married you. I feel like whenever somebody gets to this part, we're all thinking the same thing, like that poor woman. Ugh.
How is that not a subjective opinion?
Exactly.
Moreover, even if you take this pharmacist's testimony to be true, it changes nothing. She also mentioned that a part of his sherbet was very salty, which means you can hardly call his entry for the finals perfect.
He has a point.
Ugh. What? No more objections? Is there no way I can prove the collaboration?
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something that's been bugging me.
What is it?
The desserts Mr. Dover made for the finals would have taken a long time to make, right?
Indeed. They were frozen sculptures after all.
How would he have had the time to sculpt it after it was frozen? Let alone help Mr. Gustavia with his design as well. The way I see it, just waiting for the sherbet to freeze would have used up all of his time. Just how was he able to make those sherbet sculptures? You have a good point.
Raymond, you may have a promising future after all.
Thank you.
Thanks to you, I have noticed one more possibility. That's right. Mr. Dover's sherbet needed time to freeze properly, and the contest time limit would not have been enough. The method Mr. Dover used to make his sherbet within the time limit was...
It was prepared in advance, duh.
If the sherbet was prepared in advance, all he'd need to do was sculpt it. You, just what are you mumbling about? Please excuse me. I finally realized. Your earlier view was correct.
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth?
What are you doing? Oh, so you're finally admitting defeat. No, all I am admitting to is the truth of one of your statements. Dover and Gustavia's collaboration lasted only until the day before the finals. It is exactly as you said. They only cooperated until the day before the finals. Sculptures in Mr. Dover's room were all made out of sherbet. Such an amount would most likely need to be left overnight to freeze, which means Mr. Gustavia prepared Mr. Dover's sherbet in advance the day before. That's right. So you realize Gustavia's cooperation ended the day before the finals. Then why did Mr. Dover not help Mr. Gustavia in return?
Aha!
The views of the dead are of no concern to me. If you aren't going to answer that, I'll need to get in touch with Mr. Gustavia himself. Or was your interrogation not quite as thorough as you claim?
Yeah!
You ingrate! You dare mock me! That was not my intention, but I do have a problem with your attitude. I want you to give us a clear reason why we can't speak to Mr. Gustavia in person.
It's because he's dead. I killed him. Oh, man. Von Karma's crazy, man. Knowing what happens, it's like, he could have. He's crazy like that.
Huh, a clear reason. Gustavia and Dover's collaboration has no bearing on this case.
Oh, come on! That gives a clear motive for murder, bro! They knew each other. They were working together. Compared to Master, who had no motive.
You claim their collaboration is irrelevant. If Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover's relationship had turned sour, if the bromance had broken up, if the lovers had split, it could serve as a motive for murder. You're saying that my ship, Gustavia and Dover's collaboration, was linked to the motive for the murder. If that were the case, why did you not conceal it? After all, we found out about this collaboration from Gustavia himself. If you really are a lawyer, show us evidence that gives us reason to suspect Gustavia.
Damn. He has a point, bro.
Only one of Mr. Gustavia's actions has been suspicious so far.
Just the fact that he went into... was it Dover's room or Master's? I can't remember. Hold on. Because here it says you can't go into another contestant's room. But then didn't they say that he went into the room? Shoot. Do we have it here? I don't know if we have it here. No. No. Dang it.
Doubtless, Von Karma already knows of this fact. This could be a trap by Von Karma.
Yeah. Wouldn't put it past him.
Huh. What's wrong, defense attorney? Not going to answer? But I mustn't back down now. Mr. Gustavia sneaked into Mr. Dover's room. His reasons for this are currently unclear. But the very fact he secretly entered the victim's room is reason enough to suspect him. When will you learn, Binks?
He's talking to me. Binks, when will you learn? Alright, well, I'm gonna actually have to leave this episode right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. We're probably near to be continued with my luck, but I have to end it here. So, until next time, have a nice day. Bye.